Hello everybody. Well, I'm just coming after watching a video called Dragon's Dogma 2. Watch this video before you play by Fextralife. And actually this made me a bit, well, I don't say worried, but the thing is that there are things that I should have known when it comes to Dragon's Dogma 2 before playing it. It's actually so important that I wonder actually why I haven't read about it before, or at least how important it is, anything regarding two characters' weight. So basically, as you can see here, this is the character creation. You can see the weight is actually mentioned at the bottom. And when I actually saw it, I told myself, well, if it's there, it's probably is important, but I didn't know how important it is. And when you come as a new player to play a game like that, and you don't really know what impact the weight will be on the game, well, at least it should have been mentioned in some way or another, but you don't know. You just create your character and you say, well, there is a weight for the character, but this is important. So basically, based on the video, there's a character creation impact again when it comes to weight. So the size and weight of your character, again based on my understanding, significantly affect gameplay, including carry weight and stamina management. So larger character can carry more and are less affected by stamina depletion. Again, this is important for both exploration and combat because you're going to find loot, you want to carry it, and they're also mentioning that your pawn can actually carry for you, so you might consider making your pawn larger, bigger, so it weighs more and it can carry some things for you. That's what I understand. But basically, things can go totally wrong if you are not creating this type of party composition, especially at the beginning, and take this into account. You're going to find yourself struggling, managing things, especially at night when combat becomes more difficult, and basically fighting between, well, I want to keep this type of items, and when exploring, and then it's going to affect your stamina, so you're going to be less effective in combat, and because there's no fast travel, it's going to be really annoying to, well, just carry all this weight in quotation on your shoulders when it comes to both exploration and combat. So again, managing your inventory also becomes important. Both again, managing your inventory and equip load is vital due to the game's emphasis on exploration and collecting items. So overloading can lead to stamina issues affecting your ability to fight and again move efficiently. The game's limited fast travel system makes stamina, again there's no fast travel basically, makes stamina and inventory management even more critical, as players will often need to run to destinations, picking up items and engaging in combat along the way. So kind of things like the main message was well, to go into Dragon's Dogma 2 prepared, aware of the potential challenges and ready to strategize around them. While the video is not really a guide, they actually mentioned that, it aims to kind of raise awareness about the game's unique aspect to help players have a better experience. Kind of weird because you need to know that ahead of time in order to have a good experience in the game. Something that I kind of didn't like to hear, again, because you want to solve things in the game, especially for new players who don't have this type of understanding when it comes to playing a Dragon's Dogma game. Unless, well, maybe it's going to be slightly different, or there are some mechanics that players are not aware of yet because the game wasn't released yet, that might kind of balance things out. But I also read another comment by another user that actually mentioned that some things are actually left behind. For example, the benefit of being smaller character. So basically, it highlights that smaller characters in the first game had several advantages. So we can expect something to be similar in this game, including faster stamina regeneration, a smaller hitbox, which made dodging easier, and the ability to fit into tight spaces where loot could be found. Pretty interesting. Might be some loot that you won't be able to get unless you're small. So basically the commenter actually led me to a good perspective, because again, otherwise I just would go with larger characters, but again, it's important to note also the benefits of having a smaller character, or maybe just taking something in between. So the advantages of larger characters, aside from what I mentioned here, based on what they mentioned, beyond carry weight, is larger characters benefit from longer legs, which help in wading through shallow water without extinguishing a lantern, for example. They actually based that, I think it based on the previous game. Again, because the game isn't released yet, so we don't know for sure, but most probably some of the mechanics are maintained. and a longer reach as well, which improves the attack range against airborne enemies. Another interesting point. An impact of carrying loot, so carrying significant amount of loot increases the character's total weight, which has practical effects in the game, such as reducing how much a character is affected by wind and enhancing their ability to destabilize monsters by grabbing onto them. Now, it's important to note that, again, this is based on the previous game, right? So we are not sure where it's going to be. There is a chance that some of the mechanics will be in Dragon's Dogma 2 as well, but it just shows you in general that there are mechanics that are important to know, and the fact that weight actually exists in the game, it will have most probably an effect. Many people mentioned that. So how well it goes when it comes to combat and exploration, I have a feeling that it will have a significant effect because, again, this is probably what makes also the game unique when it comes to the pawn system and the character design. And actually, this is actually mentioned, the weight and how you hold on enemies when you are fighting against them. There are different classes, different weapons, some of them long, some of them short. So there most probably going to be a significant impact to the weight. So this is something to note. Before you actually creating a character. Whether how impactful it will be, we need to wait for the game to launch and see, or for the earlier reviews. But this is something I think to note. I'm gonna go back and recreate my my character again. To be honest, let's say make it smaller a bit. I make it very large. Now again, the thing is that this is fixed compared to all the other variables that you're going to have during the game. I mean, I think, because this game is released actually after Elden Ring, I'm feeling maybe going to be some items that allows you to improve that. So you can improve the stamina and maybe improve the carrying weight while actually you maintaining the same weight. So maybe some items that you can have that kind of balance things out a bit. Maybe they already were before, I don't know, let me know in the comment section below, but something that can balance things out if you actually took a character and you suffer from some issues because of the decision when it comes to character size and weight, and you don't want to, well, if you discover this maybe after 2 or 3 hours you are playing the game, and then what you're going to do, you're going to go back and resketch and create another character again just because of that. It doesn't make really sense, especially when it comes to game design. You know, people just, you know, frustrated with the weight and size of the character while actually playing. So we need to wait and see how it goes, but hopefully it's going to be something to balance this out. We need to wait and see. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about this thing, if you ever gonna played the previous Dragon's Dogma game, if there are some things that can help with that, and again, we know for sure once the game is released. Thanks for watching.